Welcome. Have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 29th of June 2024. In recognition of the notable contributions made by Professor late Prasanta Chandra Mahalanobis in the fields of the statistics and economic planning, Government of India has designated June 29 every year, coinciding with his birth anniversary, as a Statistics Day in the category of special days to celebrate at the national level. The main objective of celebrating Statistics Day is creation of the public awareness, especially among the younger generation, on the role and importance of statistics in social economic planning and policy formulation for development of the country. As India celebrates its statistician community on June 29, here's all you need to know about the National Statistics Day, why it's celebrated, and the theme for 2024. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the news for The Hindu states that Prime Minister Modi to skip Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar will represent India. File picture of External Affairs Minister S. Jai Shankar. It is learned that Mr. Modi decided to skip the SCO summit in view of his planned two-nation trip to Russia and Austria. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will represent India at the annual summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO in Astana next week, as the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has decided to skip it. Mr. Modi is set to visit Russia from July 8 to 9. In his first trip to that country in nearly 5 years. After concluding the visit to Russia, he is likely to travel to Austria on July 9 on a two-day trip. The Hindu newspaper also states that India achieves an outstanding outcome in FATF Mutual Evolution 2023-24. The FATF is an intergovernmental organization established in 1989 as the international watchdog to combat money laundering, terrorist financing, and other related threats. India's performance on the FATF Mutual Evolution occurred significant advantages to the country's growing economy, as it demonstrated the overall stability and integrity of the financial system. India has achieved an outstanding outcome in the Mutual Evolution conducted during 2023-24 by the Financial Action Task Force FATF, said the government on June 8, 28. The Mutual Evolution Report of India, which was adopted in the FATF plenary held in Singapore from June 26 and June 28, places India in the regular follow-up category, a distinction shared by only 4 other G20 countries. The Hindu newspaper also states that German Chancellor to visit India in October, ease of doing business and migration top of agenda, and why. German Ambassador to India Philipp Ackermann addresses the media in New Delhi on June 28, 2024. The Indian Navy multi-billion deal for 6 conventional submarines under P-75I, in which TKMS of Germany and Navantia of Spain are competing, is expected to figure prominently in talks during the visit. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is scheduled to visit India in the second half of October for intergovernmental consultations, during which ease of the doing business, migration, geopolitics, and climate change will be high on the agenda, German Ambassador to India Philipp Ackermann said on Friday. In addition, the 18th Asia Pacific Conference of German Business 2024 APK 2024 is also scheduled to held in the national capital from October 24 to 26. Now, going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that, driven by vote bank, India stings United States over its new religious freedom report. Secretary of State Antony Blinken unveiled the annual report and spoke of the concerning increase in anti-conversion laws, hate speech, demolitions of homes and places of worship of members of the minority faith community in India. India on Friday rejected a United States government report criticizing the state of religious freedom in the country, saying in the strongly worded post that the findings were deeply biased and driven by vote bank considerations. Hindustan Times also stated that Prime Minister Modi drops out Jai Shankar to lead India team at SCO summit in Kazakhstan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks to External Affairs Minister S. Jai Shankar at the Rashtrapati Bhavan on December 5, 2023. In New Delhi, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar will lead the Indian delegation to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Kazakhstan next month, following Prime Minister Narendra Modi's decision to skip the meeting. Developing countries should utilize remaining carbon space, Bhupendra Yadav at a BRICS meet. Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav and Ministry of Environment Kirti Vardhan Singh virtually attending the BRICS meeting on Friday. Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav on Friday urged ministers of the BRICS bloc to ensure that available carbon space is utilized by developing countries, while stressing that a larger BRICS can now set the agenda, priorities, and way forward for tackling environmental challenges. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, SEBI penalizes Cavalletti's former MD, others for misrepresenting company's financial. According to SEBI, Satish Gupta was the CFO of the dairy company for a period of financial year 2016-17 and financial year 17-18 and financial year 18-19 and played an important role in the financial misreporting. The regulator also barred these individuals from the securities market for 2 years. Global Anti-Money Laundering Watchdog says India compliant with the requirements flags concerns the Financial Action Task Force. FATF in the statement said that India's anti-money laundering and the counter-terrorist financing AML CFT regime is achieving good results. The FATF will publish the report after its quality and consistency review is completed, it stated. From the banking and finance point of view, home loan outstanding grows by rupees 3.4 lakh crore in 12 months. Reserve Bank of India credit card outstanding rose by 26.2%, or around rupees 55,000 crore to rupees 2.67 lakh crore in May month this year, as against a growth of 31.5% at a rupees 2.12 lakh crore a year ago. Reserve Bank of India data shows bank credit industry grew by 8.9% to rupees 36.87 lakh crore on a year-on-year basis in May month 2024, as compared with the 6.0% in May 2023, according to the RBI data. And going towards the world news, including Trump will encourage Japan, South Korea ties allies, tell foreign officials. Air tankers and helicopters attack Arizona, a wildfire that has forced evacuations near Phoenix. Bad debate nights happen. Obama on Biden's performance. North Korea convenes a key party meeting after Putin's visit. Biden rallies for LGBTQ plus rights as he looks to shake off an uneven debate performance. United States to send Ukraine air defense missiles in the next aid package, officials. Now going towards science and tech, we have screened all pregnant women for gestational diabetes with a point F-care test, suggests new study. A close-up of a pregnant woman having her blood sugar. A HbA1c test that can be administered by a health worker at a home in the first trimester could be a game changer. Provides test access to women in the rural or remote areas, allows for early intervention. Researchers from India, London, and Africa have proposed that the oral glucose tolerance test (OGTT) used to determine if a pregnant woman has developed a gestational diabetes be replaced by an HbA1c test that can also be used at a point of the care. They have recommended that this be administered in the early pregnancy during the first trimester itself. In a paper published in the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology, authors argued that HbA1c offers a simple screening test for a gestational period diabetes, allowing those at the highest risk to receive early intervention, and greatly reduces the need for the OGTTs. Researchers used the result from the STRIDE, a prospective cohort study set up in the 7 centers in the South India and 7 investors in Kenya. Participants were also included from the Pride cohort in the UK. Cancer drugs to be cheaper in the Kerala state to make available 800 drugs, including cancer drugs and immunosuppressants at the original prices. The state government has announced a key intervention in a pharma market to make expensive cancer drugs and immunosuppressant drugs available at a zero profit price to consumers to bring down the out-of-the-pocket expenditure on health in the state. Kerala has highest per capita out-of-the-pocket expenditure on health in the country at rupees 7,206 according to the last National Health Accounts 2019-2020. Organizations must own the security implications of third-party code in their software. Mike Henley, GitHub. Mike Henley, the first chief security officer for GitHub, spoke about how artificial intelligence helped the platform thwart a hack that could have exposed millions of the Linux systems. While cybersecurity starts with the developer, organizations must own the security implications of using the third-party code in their own software. When Microsoft's artificial intelligence coding assistant was released in 2021, it ushered in a new era of coding done with a few simple prompts. As a result of GitHub's business ballooned due to the now popular artificial intelligence pair programmer Copilot. Currently, there are about 33 million developers on GitHub in the United States and India alone. Surprisingly, for a community this big and open, security was not a focal point until very recently. In an exclusive interaction with The Hindu, Mike Henley, the first chief security officer for GitHub, spoke about how artificial intelligence helped the platform thwart a hack that could have exposed millions of Linux systems. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Rabindranath Tagore, whose birth anniversary is 7 May 1861 up to 7 August 1941, was a Bengali poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and a painter during the age of the Bengal Renaissance. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as the Indian art with the contextual modernism in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh and beautiful poetry of the Gitanjali, he became in 1930 the first non-European and the first lyricist to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Tagore's poetic songs were vivid as a spiritual and a mercurial, where his elegant prose and magical poetry were widely popular in the Indian subcontinent. He was fellow of the Royal Asiatic Society, referred to as the Bard of the Bengal. Tagore was known by the sobriquets Gurudev, Kobi Guru and Biswa Kobi. Tagore modernized Bengali art by spurning rigid classical forms and resisting linguistic structures. His novels, stories, songs, dance, dramas, and essays spoke at topics political and personal. Gitanjali, song offerings, Gora, Ferret Faced, and Garibari, The Home and the World, are his best known works, and his verse, short stories, and novels were acclaimed or penned for their lyricism, colloquialism, naturalism, and unnatural contemplation. His compositions were chosen by two nations as the national anthems, India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh's Amar Sohna Bhangla. The Sri Lanka national anthem was also inspired by his work. His song Banglar Moti Banglar Jol has been adopted as the state anthem of West Bengal. Rabindranath Tagore says a famous quotation. He says that we read the world wrong and say that it deceives us. Okay, thank you.